They don't need to raise their voice, dominate a conversation, or make a scene. And yet, INFJs have a presence that lingers. There's a certain weight to their energy, a quiet intensity that makes people take notice. Sometimes with admiration, sometimes with discomfort. But they're not trying to scare anyone. That's just what happens when someone is as emotionally tuned in, perceptive, and mysteriously self-contained as they are. The quiet presence. INFJs often walk into a room and immediately shift the energy without saying a word. They observe more than they speak, and that observation isn't passive. It's focused, deep, and quietly unsettling. People can feel it even if they can't explain it. When you're in the presence of someone who seems to read the room with just a glance, it's hard not to feel exposed. Emotional X-ray vision. What makes INFJs truly intimidating, often without intending to be, is their emotional insight. They pick up on unspoken feelings, contradictions in someone's behavior, or emotional undercurrents that others miss. They don't always call it out, but they know, and people can sense that. That quiet awareness makes others uneasy, especially those who are used to hiding behind emotional masks. INFJs don't have to confront you to make you feel seen. Their intuition does all the work. Depth overload. INFJs aren't here for surface-level conversations. They crave meaningful connection and gravitate toward topics that many find too intense. Purpose, identity, pain, transformation. While others make small talk, the INFJ is wondering what someone's soul is trying to say beneath their words. That level of depth is beautiful, but for some, it's also overwhelming. It forces a kind of honesty people aren't always ready for. The calm strength. Though INFJs often appear soft-spoken or gentle, they carry a strength that's hard to miss. It's the kind of strength that comes from knowing who they are, what they stand for, and being willing to walk away from anything that doesn't align with their values. That quiet conviction can be intimidating, especially in a world where many bend to fit in. People expect compliance from calm personalities. INFJs offer integrity instead. The mirror effect. Being around an INFJ often feels like standing in front of a mirror you didn't ask for. Without even trying, they reflect back your emotional truth. It's not judgment, it's just clarity. And clarity, for many, is terrifying. When people feel their own insecurities, contradictions, or buried emotions rising to the surface just by being around someone, it's no wonder they start to feel uncomfortable. INFJs don't create the fear, they just reveal what's already there. The mystery they carry. INFJs are notoriously private. They might listen to your deepest stories, empathize fully, and yet reveal very little about themselves in return. They seem transparent and enigmatic at the same time. And that mystery? It draws people in while also making them uneasy. Humans fear what they can't fully understand, and the INFJ personality is layered, complex, and often beyond simple definition. Walking their own path. One of the most quietly intimidating things about an INFJ is their independence from social expectations. They don't need external validation. They don't follow trends or adapt themselves to fit the crowd. INFJs follow their inner compass, even when it leads them away from the familiar. That authenticity shakes people, because it reminds them of the parts of themselves they've ignored or silenced. INFJs don't scare people because they want to. They scare people because they can't help but be real in a world that often thrives on pretense. Their insight, depth, integrity, and quiet strength all challenge the status quo. And when someone challenges what's comfortable, it's natural to feel unsettled. But underneath that intensity is a soul that longs to connect, to heal, to understand. If you're lucky enough to know an INFJ, and if you can move past the initial discomfort of being truly seen, you'll find someone unforgettable.